Hey, shalom, Yada. Yezreel, Yada. This is Yada. My mind is on Yada so much. That's my newborn name. This is Ya'ab, Yazequah Caleb, Yezreel, Yah at this time. Has come before you in the great mighty name of Yah, brothers and sisters. I have to do a very important video at this time. So I advise you to get your scriptures at this time and turn it to the book of Malachi. Yes, the prophet. But his real name is Malachi Yah, the messenger of Yah, brothers and sisters. I have a very important video to share with you at this time. I would that you could listen to every minute of this video. It's very important for your soul salvation, for your deliverance, brother and sister, from the lies. Because in this earth we've been given many lies by many false religions, which is all religions are false. But in this book of Malachi, what they call Malachi in the translations, you can see where the copyists, the writers of books, got their information from. You ever heard how they say one rock to kill two birds, one stone kill two birds? But in this case, in this book of Malachi, the prophet that was given a message from Abba Yah, will kill three stories. Because this way they got their information from and built they lie upon. And I'm going to show you this so plain. They give you so much information in the book of Malachi that you may understand the words of Yah even more. Because the name of Malachi means the messenger of Yah. So keep that in mind. It's very important. It's a phrase. Because when you know your culture, your history, your heritage, when our people was beginning to be called with the name of Yah, they began to name their children by the name of Yah. That is symbolic, have symbolic meanings. Yes, that carry the message of Yah. So I'm going to start this off in chapter 1. I'm going to try to slow down with this possible. I'm doing a little bit explaining so you can understand it more. Chapter 1 verse 1 to 2 reads, it says, the message, not the messenger, but the message of the word of Yah to Israel Yah by Malachi Yah. So keep in mind, the message of the word of Yah to Israel Yah. So this message was given by the prophet to give to the children of Yezreel Yah, so you can have the knowledge. It's tons of information that was given in a small book or writings that was given to Malachi to give to the children of Yezreel Yah, to know that they modern term people say Israel. So this message is given to the seed of Abraham, yes, that came to be the chosen ones. So keep that in mind. It said, verse 2 said, I have loved you, said Yah, but you ask, in what way have you loved us? That was a question. It said, was not Esau Jacob's brother? Because Yah, and I love Jacob. So keep that in mind as I go down to verse 6. It says, O son, esteem his father. It says, son, esteem his father, and his servant his master. And if I am your father, who is in Hebrew we'll say Abba, where is my esteem? And that was a question that was given to the prophet Malachi to give to the children of Yezreel? Where is his theme if he is your Abba, your Bara, your creator of heaven and earth, your Most High, your Almighty Shaddai? That's what the saying right there. He said, where is this esteem? Yes, this video is called Promoting the Name of Yah. Because I see many of our brothers and sisters, there's the fallen ones, yes, is esteeming everyone else except for the name of Yah, even their own names, even promoting their children's names more in the esteem of Yah. And I know a lot of our people at this time don't know the name of Yah, but it's surfing in the earth. It never left the earth. But now the Hebrew people of Yah, the Hebrews, have the knowledge back. Some that is chosen for the moment to present it to the rest to know. And that's why our ancestor left his name in the song, Kumbaya, help Yah. Come by Yah, and they distress and plead for help to the mighty one. So keep that in mind. I'm at verse 6. It says, if I am your father, where is my esteem? If I am a master, where is my fear? Said Yah of hosts to your priests. So it's very important. He said, to your priests who despise my name. See, to the priests, this message was given to the Israel. Yah said, to the priests despise Abiyah's name. Because you will see the great significance of the priest. The priest was the messenger of Yah. They were the service of Yah. They carry out all the functions and the teachings of Yah. To spread the words of Yah, the ways of Yah, to guide them, to spread them to the children of Yezreel. Yah. It's very important, brother and sister, right now. This might be a lengthy video, but you must endure it, brother and sister, so you can have this knowledge to be free from all the lies and deception. It said, if I am your master, where is my fear? Saith Yah of hosts to you priests who despise my name. See, you're going to find out, see, this is the condition they became in. They weren't always like this, but they became this way. They started despising Abiyah's name. They got tired enduring the ways of Yah. But let's clearly say, who despise my name, but you ask, in what way have we despised your name? Which is hate Abiyah's name. So don't think it's strange, brother and sister. Yes, our ancestors despised Abiyah's name. This is how you can see how our people begin to lose the name of Yah. Because the priests despised Abiyah's name, the people are going to follow suit. Remember what it said, you destroy the shepherd, the sheep will be scattered, be lost. So keep that in mind. He said, but you ask, in what way have we despised your name? He said, you are presenting defiled food in my slaughter place. You get that? There's a very important key right here leading to the atonement offering. That's what he's talking about. All the offering that was offered for to make atonement and reconciliation for the people, the altar, the temple, the people of the nation of Israel, Yah, was becoming defiled. They start turning from the ways of Yah. See, it wasn't never the animals that was the problem. It was the priests who turned away from Yah. And that is showing you right here in the book of Malachi how the name of Yah was defiled. First with our own nation and then to the nations all around. So you got to keep that in mind, brother. So it's right here for all to see and all to hear. Now you could get this knowledge and know our true history, the true history of Yezreel, what occurred in the past. It never was the loss of Yah that was the problem. It was the people who served in the office at that time that turned from Yah, the righteous ways of Yah. Let me read it. It says, and you presented defiled food on my slaughter place, which is the altar, but you asked, in what way have we defiled you? He said, because now I'm giving you the answers. It's right in the book. Explain it. Is it because you say the table of Yah is despicable? You see that? These are the claims the priest was making. He said, and when you presented the blind as a slaughtering, see, as an offering, a slaughtering to be killed, the blind. See, all y'all have a law. He said, bring a lamb of 1 year old, a perfect one without defects. Keep that in mind, without spot or wrinkles. See, these were the orders, but they turned from the ways of Yah. So keep that in mind. He said, when you presented, this verse 8, he said, when you presented blind as a slaughtering, it is not evil. Is it not evil? That was the question. Yes, it is evil. Let me continue. He said, when you presented the lame and sick, is it not evil? See, now you're learning, those who don't know, the things they were doing at the slaughter place. Presented blind, crippled animals, sick animals. A lot of people see videos now how they take the animal to the slaughter place. Some people call it cruelty to animals, and that's what they throw on our plate in the marketplace. They call it the ones like the mad cow disease. See, they'll bring sickly animals like that up to the slaughter to Yah, which it was breaking his covenant. See, which defiled the altar, also defiled the people. Think about these things. That's serious, brothers and sisters, dealing with your life. The Lord said, let these things be perfect. But they stopped caring about Yah, His ways, and that's how they defiled the name of Yah, bringing this honor to disrespect. They weren't respected. They weren't reverenced. They did not fear Yah. So keep that in mind. It said, is it not evil? It said, bring them then to a governor. Would he be pleased with you? Would he accept you favorably? Said Yah of hosts. Of course not. You couldn't bring this to a governor, a ruler, a king, and they know these things. They'll throw you in prison probably for life or kill you on the spot. Take him out to be hanged. Cut his head off. These are the realities. Verse 9. It said, and now entreat the face of Barak to show favor to us. This has been done by your hands. See? These are the things that the Malachiah, the message of Yah, had to tell to the nation, telling them what the priest was doing with their own hands. It said, would he show favor to you, said Yah of hosts? It said, who among you will shut the doors so that you would not kindle fire on my slaughter place for naught? That was the question. He said, I have no pleasure in you, said Yah of hosts, nor do I accept an offering from your hands. You see that? Why have y'all stopped accepting? It tell you earlier why he stopped accepting the offerings, because they were bringing defiled offerings. Simple as that, brother and sister. Never make nothing harder than they have to be. Don't try to outthink the words of Yah. A lot of people do that. I see that and try to twist it and turn it. It tell you the reason why, and giving you the reason why Yah stopped it. The children of Israel, Yah put us out of the land, the offerings, the new moons, the Sabbaths, because the priests, who were the leaders, who represented Yah, the messengers of Yah, the teachers of Yah, started defiling the name of Yah, which would come and cause the people to do the same thing. because they received the offerings from the priests. I mean the people, the nation of Yezreel Yah. They accept the defiled things, so people come in a like manner, thinking it's okay. But Yah, let me continue, verse 11. For from the rising of the sun even to the going down, my name is great among the nations. See? And in every place incense is presented to my name, and a clean offering, for my name is great among the nations. See, these are prophecies that going to come to pass, say Yah of hosts. Verse 12. But you are profaning me. See, just going into history, in the time Malachi brought a message from Yah to give to Yezreel Yah, he was letting them know they were profaning Yah by doing these things, presenting these offering to Yah. Now you're going to understand more what it's all about, our history, and why we got put out of the land, and how you're going to see how the New Testament came up with what they call the New Testament, the new law of a man animal, excuse me, not a man animal, but a man as a sin offering. And they said Abiyah did not delight it in the first. It had nothing to do that Abiyah didn't delight it. He didn't delight it in the way man was breaking his laws and bringing in the defiled animals. It wasn't the animals themselves. That law never changed. He just stopped it with the children of Yezreel for a time for punishment. And you can see that even as I'm talking to you, I'm showing you what the priests done and the people done. And how this messenger of Yah, that's why his name is Malachi, brought this message to the children of Yezreel Yah to tell them what they have done, the priests have done. So let me continue verse 11, or verse 12. But you are profaning me in that you say the table of Yah is defiled, and its food is despicable. You get that? 13. It said, and you said, oh, what weariness, and you sneered at it. See? You see what the priest said, what weariness, what they were tired of doing anything. Saith Yah. He said, that's what they said, of hosts. And you brought in plunder. See, they brought in things that were stolen, and lame and sick. Thus you have brought in the offering. Should I accept this from your hand, saith Yah? Of course not, Yah not going to accept, because not according to Yah's perfect law. He said bring an animal without defects. What they did, the opposite. One time they were doing the right thing. You will see that as we get there. When we get there, that's how it's going to expose the false Messiah. Then we're going to expose on what they call John the Baptist, or some people say Yachanan the Revelator. I mean, not Yachanan the Revelator, but John the Immerser, and the one they call Elijah, Elijah, the prophet of Allah. You can see where they got their stories from. All right here in this book, right here. Let me get my place. It's saying, and you brought in plunder and lame and sick. Keep that in mind. Thus you have brought in the offering. Shall I accept this from your hand, saith Yah? He said, but cursed be the deceiver who has male in his flock and make a vow, but slaughtering to Yah what is blemished. See, with defects. See, they got a perfect one. They held that one back, but they took the blemished one with the defects, and offered to Yah. He said, for I am a great sovereign, saith Yah of hosts, and my name is feared among the nations. You get that, brothers and sisters? In that time, when this came out, the nations feared Yah at that time, because they knew what occurred in Mizraim, what they call Egypt. Some people say Kemet. So the nation was a great fear of Yah during that time period. But the own nation that supposed to serve Yah turned against Yah. That's why I had to remove us out that land, brothers and sisters. It had nothing to do with the animals that weren't acceptable of Yah. It was the defiled things ones that our nation started with the minds of the defiled mind, the money defiled things in. You see who Yah attacking, who Yah is opposing, is coming against because they oppose Yah, perfect way, the priest. So keep that in mind, brothers and sisters. So that's the opening to get deep into this, to show you, so you can know the history and what the writings is all about, what we call the scriptures. It's all about the ways of Yah and the God, the ways of Yah. But the line wanted to make it all about a man as a Messiah and override the ways of Yah that he gave to the children of Yezreel Yah. But you got to know this perfect history. You got to know the true history of our people, brothers. So a lot of people that talking religion, yes, even though they're beginning to know who they are once again, they're mixing in religion and the stories of the religions with the words of Yah, but twisted. Because the stories of the religions are twisted. You could Catholic, Christian, Islam, and whatever else you can name. It's twisted. They got information from out of the true text and then wrote their own script. Just like they make movies in Hollywood. Jews do it all the time. They made just about all these movies, religious movies, and twisted every way possible to get you to believe that is the way it truly occurred. But you got to always keep your minds on the Torah, the laws of Yah, to really fully understand. You got to go back and learn your history, your true history, brothers and sisters. That's what I'm sharing with you right here, step by step, so you can see some of the things in this video. I would that you watch everything. I might be 20 more minutes at the most, or the least. So let me get it. In chapter 2 of Malachi, verse 1 to 17, I have to read it all because it's very important, because this right here going to show you a lot of things. You always got to keep your mind on the Torah, this offering of Yah. Now you're going to hear some vital history concerning the priests of Yah and how they were looking in the minds of Yah at one time. It's a verse, chapter 2 in Malachi, but they say Malachi in the translation read. It's saying, now, O priest, this command is for you. If you do not hear, and if you do not take it to heart, to give esteem to my name. See, this is the priest. The message came directly for the priest. Keep that in mind. Saith Yah of hosts, I shall send a curse upon you. And if anybody knows the present day, you know that curse surely came. But this was before the curse came. This was the warning because of what they were doing. He said, I shall send a curse upon you, and I shall curse your blessings. You see that? Curse their blessings. Because they were getting abundance of blessings from Yah. Abundant. But they lost it all. So let me read it. And indeed, I have cursed them because you do not take it to heart. See how heart's got something to do with it? I know our brother talking about the spiritual, but our hearts and the ruach of Yah go hand in hand. We got bodies. We got a mind. We got a heart. All of this got to gravitate to and be a bond with, be one with the Torah of Yah, the laws of Yah, the Ruach of Yah, Yah himself, his way. We got to guard it with our mind, our being. That's what he give unto us. Our persons, our body members. We can't disregard these things, brothers and sisters. Because a lot of people, they take their bodies and go and do physical things with somebody else and do sin. We got to take these same bodies and make a bond with the ways of Yah. Keep that in mind, brothers and sisters. I know a lot of people in this religious, they always talk about a spiritual realm, but they don't understand the spiritual realm and the physical of our bodies make a connection. It's always going to be that way, brothers and sisters. That's why y'all say he's going to come when the third temple be built and put his seat in the midst of us forever. And Yah Shalom. You got to know these things, brothers and sisters. The pure words of Yah. We're not flying into heaven in spiritual bodies. Keep that in mind. The spirit got to be within the physical body. You got to remember that, brothers and sisters. Yes. Right here. See, a lot of people tamper around with this message. A lot of people tamper around with that New Testament and get a lot of false lies about the spiritual realm. But once you see this, you'll know that Messiah, that John Mercer, the Baptist, and Elijah, the prophet of Allah, is all falsehood. Let me keep reading right here. It says, indeed I have cursed them because you do not take it to heart. It says, see, I shall rebuke your seed. You see that? You see how I would say the seed of the priest, I'll say he's going to rebuke, which is correct. He said, I will rebuke your seed. So if you are a seed of the prophets, you're being rebuked, corrected. See, corrected from all the defilement what our ancestors have done. Keep that in mind. He said, I shall rebuke your seed and scatter dung before your face. You see that? And the dung of your feast. See? Because they defiled the feast, brothers and sisters. That's why I had to stop them for a period of time. Until the time we return to him. He said, you should be taken away with it. See, these were the warning that went out, the promises of Yah that came to pass. He said, and you should know that I have sent this command to you as being my covenant with Levi. Now we're going to get into some deep. All this is deep. It's getting deep and deeper. He said, you should know that I have sent this command to you as being my covenant with Levi, saith Yah of hosts. 5. He said, my covenant with him was life and peace. You see that? And I gave them to him to feed, and he fed me and stood in awe of my name. You see that? So he gave his covenant with Levi. Now you're going to see some deep stuff right here, brothers and sisters. Remember I said one prophet destroys 3. Falsehood. Now you're going to see this covenant was with Levi. The priesthood of Yah. The same truth right here, they made and turn it and put it on a Messiah. I'm not finished reading yet. I'm telling you before so you can see how they took this information and made a story and attach it to their Messiah and say he was without sin. He was perfect. He never sinned. The way people say, this man never sinned. So everybody lift up this one. But this way they took and got that information from. Right here. That's how they make their stories, brothers, up. By information that already existed from the true people. It's right here. That your eyes may be open and see this right here. It said, my covenant with him was life and peace. And I gave them to him to feed. See this covenant? To feed, to him to feed. And he fed me. See? I gave it to him and he fed me. See? Showing at one time the priesthood of Yah, the Levites, feared Yah and stood in awe of my name. And see, stood in awe, reverence, respect of his name, esteem. He said, the Torah of truth was in his mouth. You get that? The Torah of truth was in his mouth. You see? I'm not finished, but brothers and sisters, you see how they built it and attached it to this one man later. They said the Torah of truth was in his mouth. Remember, it's talking about the covenant with Levi. It said the Torah of truth was in his mouth. Let me continue. And righteousness was not. It's saying, and unrighteousness was not found in his lips. You see that? So you know this Levi at one time priest was. It said no unrighteousness was found in his lip. The Torah. Let me go back. A truth was in his mouth. See, so the Torah truth was in his mouth, coming out, and no unrighteousness was found on his lips. And he walked with me in peace and in straightness, and turned many away from crookedness, which is sin. You see that? You see that, brother and sister, who was talking about? Let me continue. But let me all meditate. Let's slow down and think about this. This whole description of the Levite priest at one time of the Levi was no unrighteousness found on his lips. The Torah of truth was on his mouth. He walked with me in peace and straightness, and turned many away from crookedness. See, sins. See, by the teachings of the Torah of Yah, turned many away from breaking the laws of Yah. You see that they got the same description that was talking about Levi that was done, and they made it into and put it into a new book and said this virgin birth, this Jesus was all of these things. See, they took the same description and applied it in a later book. Years later, after the children of Yisrael was already gone into punishment, just like Abiyah said by the prophets. So they continue. If they turn many away from sins, 7, for the lips of the priest should guard knowledge, and they seek the Torah from his mouth. You see that? For he is the messenger of Yah of hosts. Who is the messenger of Yah of hosts? The priest. It tell you that right there. It said for the lips, 7. If you got your text, all good see. It said for the lips of the priest should guard knowledge. This was the word that was given to the prophet to tell to the children of Yisrael, so they can know all of these things. Now I repeat this to you, brothers, so that you may know all of these things and know your true history. And know who was the true one at one time that walked and turned many away from sin to crookedness was the priest of Yah. Not no modern day, they said this man went away into heaven that was perfect and turned many away from sins. That's why they tell you that one died for many. You see the script, they added to the script. I know the whole story about the lie. I read it many times and taught it. But now I know the truth of the matter. This was all we're talking about the priests back then, before they turned from Yah. 7, it said, for the lips of the priest should guard knowledge and seek the Torah from his mouth. For he is the messenger of Yah of hosts. 8, but you have turned from the way. You see that? The one that was turned many away from sins at one time, that no unrighteousness was found on his lips, turned. You see this, brother and sister, now, plainly right here. It's all in the book of Malachi, but it's in many other prophet books. You get here a little, there a little, and that's how you understand. You have this knowledge of the real truth of Yah, and how they took that portion from here to there and build a story somewhere else to get you to turn and worship this one and forget about Yah. But right here it tells them continue. 8, it says, but you have turned from the way. You have caused many to stumble in the Torah. You see that? The priest did. See, when the priests were walking in their uprightness, they turned many to Yah. But when the priests turned from Yah, it caused many to turn from the Torah of Yah that give life and peace. Keep that in mind. That's what it's showing you right there. It said, you have corrupted the covenant of Levi. You see that? Saith Yah of hosts. It said 9. It said, also I shall make you despised and low before all the people. You see that? Because what they done, this curse came upon. That's one of the curses. He said, I shall make, and right now, the true Levites, the true priests of Yah, is low, brought down low in the eyes of the people, and hated. The spies. Everything Abiyah said and giving the message to Malachi. You all can see it today and witness it today. How everyone want to kill us. Give us all kind of defiled foods and things for the children that defiled. Things that, and they bite on them and get contaminated, poison in them. Fake head, all. Makeup and all with sperm whale and colognes and perfume. Yes, all of this is thrown, and our people buy by the tons every year to kill you. They say, let me find my place. It's 9, and I, excuse me, and I shall make you despised and low before all the people, because you are not guarding my ways. Remember I told you? Well, Abiyah told Abraham, our ancestor, the first one, the one Abiyah chose, and asked him, you walk upright before you, I will make you a great nation. And he did. And he said, told Abram to guard my way and teach this to your children and your seed after to guard my way. Some did. Many didn't. One time, the priest walked upright with Yah. And I just read it to you, brothers and sisters, read did. But he told, because you are not guarding my ways and are showing partiality in the law. You see that? They didn't strictly guard Abiyah, they started showing partiality, taking bribes and all. It's 10, letting people off the hook and all for bribery, for cash, for whatever. Favors and all kinds of things, sex trades and all they were doing. Verse 10, I'm going down to 14th verse. It said, have we not all one Father, which is one Abba? Did not one Bara, who created us? Why do we act treacherously against one another? See, trying to destroy one another to profane the covenant of our fathers. See? Why? That was the question. Let me read it. 11. Yada has acted treacherously. That's the whole, the three tribes that make up the southern nations. Yada has acted treacherously, and abomination has been done in Yezreel. Y'all see, they did great unnatural sin. Abomination, the other nation, 9 tribes, have done treacherously. Yes, abomination has been done in Yezreel Yah and in Yah Shalom, see, in the city, capital city. For Yah has profaned what is set apart to Yah. You see that? See? Contaminated, profaned what was set apart to Yah, because Yah was in control of the capital city called Yah Shalom, and they defiled that place which he had loved, see, which Abiyah has loved. And he has married the daughters of foreigners, excuse me, and married the daughters of foreign mighty ones. See? See, of these strange deities, what they call Els, Elohim, gods, they married the daughters that worship these things. 12. It said, let Yah cut off from the tents of Yaakov. See, now they're talking about the man Yaakov out ancient Abba, talking about the whole 12 tribes, cut off the men who does this. See, the men that did these things, they cut all of these men off. Everyone was cut off from that point. Even those who are still of that seed that still got this selfish mindset will be cut off. The rebels will come to their end in Yezreel, Yah, and Yaakov. Let me keep reading. Stirring up or answering and bringing an offering to Yah of hosts. 13. And this you have done a second time. You cover the slaughter place of Yah with tears, with weeping and crying, because he no longer regards the offering. You see what it's all about? He said, all of y'all no longer regards the offering, which is accept the offerings, acknowledge the offering, because they became all defiled, what the priests have done, and the people have brung, and the priests accepted. So he no longer regarded the offerings, because they did not bring it the right ones. That's what it's all about. Offerings itself is not bad when it's the right one according to the laws of Yah, but they brought defiled to profane the name of Yah, what I read earlier. So keep that in mind. Let nobody deceive you, brothers and sisters. It said, nor receive it with pleasure from your hands. See, y'all at one time received it with pleasure when everything was in obedience according to the will of Yah. They was received with pleasure. 14. He said, and you said, why? Because Yah has been witness between you and the wife of your youth, and against whom you have acted treacherously, though she is your companion and wife of your covenant. So keep that in mind, brothers and sisters. I'm not going to get deep into that right now, but I'm going to go to chapter 3, the same book of Malachi, verse 7. So keep that in mind. I showed you right there in chapter 2 how the priest was this one that walked uprightness before Yah and turned many away from sins, and not no false Messiah that people say came 2,000 years ago. So keep that in mind. Now you're seeing what the history of the Hebrews is all about and what they have done to the slaughter place, and why Abiyah did not receive their offerings no more, because they was all defiled. They brought in the defiled ones and kept the one Abiyah wanted, they held back. So they broke his covenant. They despised Yah. They profaned his name, and that's how they profaned the name of Yah, dishonor the name of Yah. Chapter 3, verse 1 to 7, they did not reverence, respect him. Chapter 3, verse 1 to 7. Right here, in chapter 3, right here, this way it exposed this one they call John the Mercer. They said this one came 2,000 years ago as well, the John the Mercer. But that's further from the truth. Right here, let me read it, get into it. It says, see, I am sending my messenger, and he shall prepare the way. And this also destroys, also right here, the one they call Elijah Muhammad. That they say he is the messenger of Allah, and he prepared the way. And just like they said, that John the Revelator, I keep saying John the Revelator, he falls too. But John the Baptist, he prepared the way for the Messiah, they say the Christ Jesus, which is falsehood. This messenger prepared the way for one, and one who is Yah. Is right here praying for all to see. They flipped the script and added to it. Right here it reads, verse 3, for all to see and meditate on it. It says, see, I am sending my messenger, and he shall prepare the way before me. See that? The message was given to the Malachi, the prophet, about Yah. He said the messenger is going to come and prepare the way before Yah come. That's who's coming back. See, not no Messiah is coming back, because he never came 2,000 years ago. Only one is coming back is Yah. And this messenger that precedes the coming of Yah. So let me read it. It says, see, I am sending my messenger, and he shall prepare the way before me. Then suddenly the master you are seeking comes to his temple. You see that? The third temple that will be rebuilt, that you can find in the prophet book Ezekiel, chapter 40 to 48. You can read about the third temple and the coming of Yah himself. They're going to plant his feet on Mount Olives. So let me keep get it. And you are seeking come to his temple, even the messenger of the covenant, in whom you delight. See, he is coming, said Yah of hosts. And who is able to bear the days of his coming? And who is able to stand when he appears? For he is like a fire of a refiner, and like a soap of slaughterer. Excuse me, he is like soap of a launderer. And he shall set as a refiner, and a cleanser of silver. And he shall cleanse the sons of Levi. You see that? The Zadok priest, he gonna clean. This messenger, his responsibility is to clean and set in order the sons of Levi. And when you read it in Ezekiel, the Zadok priest would have resumed their orders to bring about the building of the temple, rebuilding of the slaughter place, the rededicating of the slaughter place, altar, accepting pure animals, offerings for sin. You can find out all in chapter 43 of Ezekiel, brothers and sisters. But this messenger of Yah that is coming, that come before Yah, would set this in order for Yah. That's the messenger of Yah. And he shall cleanse the sons of Levi, and refine them as gold and silver, and they shall belong to Yah. See, and they shall belong to Yah, bringing near an offering in righteousness. You get that? So this one, two of them already dead. One was never was. But three of them, two of them was dead. Two was never was, and one is dead. The one they call the messenger of Allah, he's dead. So you know this prophecy never been fulfilled yet. So you know he's not the messenger of Yah. Because it's all about returning to this offering once again. And it's right here. I'm going to read it again. And this other one they call John the Baptist. That story is over 2,000 years ago. The one they call Jesus Christ, and now the Hebrews giving them all kind of Hebrew names. He never existed. So let's get the message right here, brothers and sisters. Because this one, you automatically know he not existed because John the Baptist never was, and he didn't do these things right here. You know the one that came after him never was. Think about that. You can put it in, you can take it in so many different combinations to prove that that was a made-up story. So right here, let me read 3 again in chapter 3, verse 3 of Malachi, with the book they call Malachi. And he shall set as a refiner, a cleaner of silver, a cleanser of silver. And he shall cleanse the sons of Levi, and refine them as gold and silver, and they shall belong to Yah, bringing their offerings in righteousness. You see that? It's a bringing their offering, which is their gift, the animal off in the righteousness. What is righteousness? Deuteronomy 6:25. According to the Torah, the laws of Yah. That's how they're going to bring the specifications, the statutes of Yah, the detailed instruction how to keep that law. That's how they're going to know what kind of animal to bring to Yah. Not no lame, that's why Yah rejected us. And that's how he profaned his name with the blind offering. These animals got to be perfect ones before Yah. So this messenger will show them, guide them, and lead them about bringing these clean things to Yah. It said, and bringing near the offerings in righteousness, verse 4. Then shall the offering of Yah and Yah Shalom be pleasing to Yah, as in the days of old, as in former years. You get that? That's so perfect, brothers. So they make me want to cry, because that goes right 100% with Ezekiel chapter 43. How y'all going to accept us once again. So now we know it's a messenger that can show these Zadok priests of Yah how to do these functions and put it into their minds and their hearts. And he's going to be the one that, let me go back up, and he shall cleanse the sons of Zadok, and he shall cleanse the sons of the Levite, which is the scripture showing in Ezekiel that the sons of Zadok would assume their office and bring forth these functions. But the messenger that comes before Yah will do these things. So keep that in mind, brothers and sisters. So let's show it right here, show you a lot of things. All the process, we got to go home and do all of these functions. You see that? We got to go and do all the things Abiyah tell us. Listen to all my videos. These are all the things we got to do. That's why we got to assemble back together. I'm telling you this now, these are the ways of Yah. A lot of people keep rejecting and fighting the words of Yah. So keep that in mind. This showing to read the things we got to do. These are the plans of Yah I'm giving you, brothers and sisters, at this time. Sooner you get this, grasp this in your mind and meditate on these things, sooner the better. So you know this messenger, he got to talk to the sons of Levi and cleanse them so they can understand and know how to carry out these functions. Perfect. It's right here. 6. It said, for I am Yah, I shall not change. You get that? Hold up. I jumped forward. Let me go to 4. It said, then shall the offering of Yah and Yah Shalom be pleasant to Yah as in the days of old. See, in the days of old, they was pleasant. The same offerings. That's showing you right again. There never was, brothers and sisters, a Messiah. It's repeated. It never was a man's sin offering because the same function, the same law, going to be carried out again and then, and according to the laws of Yah, the righteousness of Yah, in the same manner, the same way. We only got one law to go by. Of old, remember, we got no new law. It's only we returning back to the old ways of Yah that our people rejected, despised, and hated. What I just read to you, all in the book of Malachi. I should cut it off and make this part 2. If it cut off, I'm going to do part 2. I should stop it right here, brothers and sisters. Let me close out with 7, then I'll pick it up. I'm going to go down to verse 7, because I don't want to lose this video. It said, then shall the offering of Yah and Yah Shalom be pleasant to Yah as in the days of old. Keep that to heart, the mind, as in former years. He said, and I shall draw near to you for righteousness, for right ruling. And I shall be a swift witness against the practicers of witchcraft, and against adulterers, and against them that swear to falsehood, and against those who oppress the wage earners in his wages, and widows of the fatherless, and those who turn away the sojourner and do not fear me, saith Yah of hosts. For I am Yah, and I shall come. Excuse me. He said, for I'm going a little fast. Excuse me. He said, for I am Yah, I shall not change. You see that? He show you. He will not change. It never was a new covenant. All lies. See, he said, he's Yah. He's telling you. This was the message from the messenger of Yah, Malachi. Only for the children of Israel, Yah, to show you he did not change. He said, I shall not change. And you, O sons of Yaakov, he's talking the whole 12 tribes. You sons of Yaakov shall not come to an end. Told that Yah. Hallelujah. You get that? 7. From the days of your fathers, you have turned aside from my laws. You see that? What it's all about? And did not guard them. Remember this, what I told you about Abram. Go back and read it in Genesis. Abiyah told him to guard the way and pass it down. But he said, from the days of your father, your ancestors, you have turned aside from my laws and did not guard them, which is protect them, hold fast to them. Turn back to me. and I shall turn back to you, saith Yah of hosts. But you said, in what shall we turn back? That was the question. But Abiyah told him to turn back to me. And they asked him, what should we turn back to? See, that's why Abiyah had to put us out the land. They was always bucking up against Yah. By saying these things too. But Abiyah hear these things. See, when he told them to turn back to them, they kept telling the priest who we should turn back to and all these things. Read the rest of it. I'm cut it off right here. And we'll pick up with chapter 4. With that, I say shalom.